So I bet you saw this video title and you were like, what on earth does this have to do with YouTube? Don't worry, I promise you there's a connection. A while back, I finally acted on my goal of getting security cameras around my house. Now after this incident, I am absolutely a believer in the importance of getting cameras around your home, and especially ones that continuously record. Now the reason I believe so strongly in this is because I have a friend, and what happened was he had a camera in front of his house and he thought, okay, you know, my car should be safe. And this car just came driving by and smashed into his car. And here's the thing, you know, you'd think having a camera that you would catch this incident, but he was using one of those cameras that only senses motion, and for some reason it didn't sense motion. And then later, this lady, she decided to run into his backyard after her dog. When they get into the backyard, this lady gets bit by his dog, and because he didn't have a camera, when she sued him, he didn't have any footage showing her breaking into his yard. So now back to the story. So a few months ago, when I wanted to have this camera system installed around my house, I hired a company called the Camera Pros, and they did a great job. You know, they designed it so that all the cameras were showing every side of my home. So basically you can't get in my home without getting caught on camera. But I got this feeling, I was like, you know what? Maybe I should install some cameras that really get a great view down the alleyway behind my house, and even like my neighbor's garage specifically. What had happened was I'd gotten to the point where they had installed enough cameras around my house that I had 360 coverage, and I was just kind of feeling like, you know, that's probably enough. And so I sort of cheaped out and I didn't install the last 2 cameras in the set. And that was my mistake. And my advice to you is don't cheap out. If you know something's important to you, make sure that you shell out enough money to do a really good job. You never know what's going to happen in the future, and I have made this mistake many times and regretted it immensely. So a great example of this is a few years ago, I had a friend who delivered pizzas for a living. And I kept telling him, you know, this place gets really scary during the winter. You're going to want to make sure that you get a dash cam for your car. And, you know, he just didn't do it and he didn't do it. And finally I was like, you know what? I'll get you a dash cam. And I kid you not, literally a few weeks later, he was driving on the road and this happened.
Oh my goodness, what's going on?
Here's the thing, because of that, my friend was able to easily prove that the accident was not his fault, and he was able to get a full payout from his insurance, which not only benefits him, but also when you have dash cams, it can protect you from liability and provide you, the creator, with useful footage that you can use on your YouTube channel, just like I did in this video. So anyway, back to the bike thief. So this one night, you can see in the footage, this guy, he comes up on the street with his, broken bike, and he just leaves this crap bike right in front of my house, and he walks between our houses in the alleyway. As he's walking, he notices my cameras, because my cameras, they turn a light on when they see motion, and so obviously he knows there's cameras there. Well, my neighbor's garage is open, and so he walks over there and you can see him looking into my neighbor's garage. Well, he doesn't want to get caught on camera, so he kind of hides behind the tree waiting till the lights turn off on my camera, because I think he just thinks they're motion censored. And then later you can see him riding off on my neighbor's bike. Here's the thing, if I had installed a camera closer to my neighbor's garage, and maybe even one facing in the opposite direction from the one on my garage, I might have not only been able to clearly catch his face, but also maybe even deter him from stealing the bike. And the funny thing is, the cost of installing 2 more cameras was about the value of a nice bike. And I should have honestly just shelled out the money, because then either this would have never happened, or at least we could have caught him. So here's the thing, you never know when this kind of stuff is going to happen. So don't wait to get cameras on your house and dash cams in your car, because as soon as you do, you can have those things protecting you. And I can't tell you how many times I've been grateful that I had those cameras, because they've caught all different types of things. People used to have their dogs poop in our front yard, and now that we have cameras, I never find dog poop, because as soon as the person comes along with their dog, they see the lights turn on the cameras and they're like, maybe we'll go to the next house. By simply having these cameras, we're deterring a constant problem we were having. To give you another example, one day I was driving to Walmart, and as I was waiting at the light, this happened. And here's the thing, if I hadn't had that dash cam to catch this incident when it happened, I wouldn't have been able to give the footage to someone so they could explain to the insurance companies what happened. And honestly, if I had been in that situation, I would have wanted to have dash cams so I could have easily gotten my payout from my insurance. Okay, now here's a good one for you. So a few years ago, I was driving with a friend down the snowy roads in Minot, North Dakota. And mind you, a lot of the freeway roads, on either side, there's like the steep embankment and then usually like a drop off and there'll be, a big body of water or something. So the whole time I'm driving in Minot, I'm thinking, if I'm not careful and I slide, I'm just gonna be literally like, and right into the water. So it was kind of scary as it was. And so my friend's driving and we're coming up this hill and we're about to go over this bridge. Now, we're on technically a freeway, so we're going pretty fast. We come down the bridge, we begin to slide. Crazy. I'm not exactly sure how many times we spun, but it was at least 2 full turns. We're sliding, we have no way of stopping. And I'm literally thinking in my head, like, is this it? I never thought I was going to go this way. And we're sliding towards this, it looks like a little bankment of snow and then a huge drop off. Now, it wasn't actually, but at the angle we were coming towards it, I literally thought I was about to go off essentially at the edge of a cliff, and roll to my death. And so, we're sliding towards this embankment of snow. And I'm literally thinking in my head, it's been a pleasure serving with you. I mean, I literally almost said that. I thought I was going to die. And we slide and crash into this snow. And once we had stopped, nobody had hit us. And, we could see that it wasn't actually a huge drop off. It just looked like it. But it was literally one of the scariest experiences I've ever had. And the worst part was there was nothing we could do about it. We were literally just spinning out on the freeway. And, we had no traction. And here's the thing. Oh, how I wish I had dash cam footage of that experience for you. I literally honestly feel like I should have made a separate video like the day I almost died, because that's literally how I felt. Thankfully that wasn't my time, but you never know when something scary is going to happen, and having dash cam footage is awesome. But seriously, have you seen this guy? Because he literally stole a kid's bike. Hey, if you found this video to be engaging, would you do me a favor and hit the like and subscribe button below this video to let me know? And over here I have a video for you that it kind of has a story feel to it, and it's called the rubber band theory of YouTube.